Hi, you all. You are watching Love and Abundance Show, and today is another episode of our 30-day challenge to a phenomenal Nigeria that we started. And my name is Susan Makachime. Let me not forget. Today it has been a very long day today. It's even telling on my face. But anyways, I must do this video. That's why I'm here. Yes, let's just finish with this episode. Thank you for being with me at this moment. Thank you for accepting the challenge. Yes, I want to start by analyzing the presidential candidates and their leadership characters. Yes, and today, let me start by reminding us that you know, in as much as it's very difficult for the politicians or for politicians to have character because of the popularity of politics, which is the reason politicians overlook principles to protect their power and popularity, and that cancels character. But I still believe that we can get someone who can still manage to uphold character against power as a leader in this nation. Someone that is consistent, someone that is predictable and trustworthy. And that brings me to this part where we will be analyzing our presidential candidates to determine their character, which will enable us vote right, and also to explain. Also, I want to use this medium to explain to you that I am not in any way compelling anyone to vote Alhaji Atiku Abubakar into office. No. And I am not paid by PDP or Alhaji Atiku Abubakar himself, as some people have already started saying. No, I am actually campaigning based on my own research and analysis of the candidates that came up for this presidential election. So that is why I am doing this video today, or this episode today, to introduce this to us. Today we are going to be analyzing a little about one of the candidates, the youngest actually among them, Mrs. Eunice Atwejide. And that is how we'll be doing it until we finish analyzing all, including the sitting president. We will analyze all of them and their purpose of coming out as presidential candidates. Yes. Let me start by telling us that Mrs. Eunice Atwejide was born in August 16th, 1978. She is a businesswoman, beautiful woman. She's a lawyer by profession and a politician. She is from Enugu State, Nigeria, but she was born and brought up in Lagos, Nigeria. She founded the youth-led, technology-driven political party, the National Interest Party, NIP, which she is actually their representing as their presidential candidate. Yes, this woman speaks at least 4 languages fluently, including Yoruba, Igbo, English, German, French, and many others. I heard that she's also learning Hausa, or she's already speaking Hausa. I don't know. Yes, this woman is doing so well for herself. I love her. And these are the kind of people Nigeria needs as leaders. Yes, I'm not biased. I'm not biased. When you see something good, you acknowledge that it is good. Simple. So I want to remind us that leaders are actually supposed to be unique. They're supposed to be unique in character, unique in personality, in their thoughts, processes, in their, speeches or words. Yes, for you to impact others, there are things you have to develop in you to change the way you see yourself and the way others see you. So don't forget that I have been an advocate of character in leadership. At least in this particular show, you have heard me say that time without number, character in leadership. And that is because I understand that character is the only thing that makes you competent as a leader. It is what makes you sensitive to what is good to the people you are leading. It is what brings out your compassionate personality. It is what makes you lead with spirit of servitude, with peace, with righteousness and justice. Yes. So I advise you, as a citizen of this great nation that is of age to vote, I want you to really go into research your own self. Research our presidential candidates, analyze them before voting anyone. Just like I have been campaigning for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, I was not paid to do that. It was just out of my own, interest in Nigeria moving forward, and because I'm a patriotic Nigeria, that's why I had to go into research and decide to encourage others to vote, to see my reason and vote for him. You can do the same, but what matters is that we want to together bring the best person to lead us this time around without mistakes. Yes, without mistakes. So with that in mind, also go into research about Mrs. Eunice Atuejide and make sure you are convinced to vote for her, if that is the person you want to vote, as she's the character we are talking about today, or the person we are discussing in this particular show. That's why I'm talking. Yes. So do the research, because we as a people do not and cannot purposely give power to government to oppress and abuse us again. Rather, we give power to them to protect the fundamental rights, interests, and welfare of the Nigerian people. So, as the ultimate authority and the source of the authority of government, as we are in democracy. Yes. Now, don't forget that democracy is the rule by the peoples, meaning that it is supposed to be us, the citizens of this great nation, that should govern the country. And we do this through free and fair elections like this, and other kinds of participations, which includes constitutionalism, liberalism, and mind you, these two must go together with democracy for democracy to actually prevail in a nation. Yes. So do your part. Exercise your civil rights. Take advantage of this season to really exercise your civil rights and uphold the political freedom democracy has given us in this nation. There is no doubt that all the candidates have good intentions, but it's not just good enough to have good intention. The implementation is the problem. Like Mrs. Eunice Atuejide promised to bring to Nigeria a transparent and accountable government, a government where every public account can be scrutinized, a Nigeria of little secrets, in her own words. I love that. She said it is not lack of blueprints for saving Nigeria that has kept us stagnant or standstill. And it is not lack of education or exposure or vision, but it's the people, the problem of vested interest and lack of willpower to fight back. And she said that the only way to move Nigeria forward is to give Nigeria good people without vested interest syndrome to take over leadership of the nation. And that is where I disagree, because in as much as we need good people in government to make it good, as a leader or presidential aspirant, you have to be transparent with the process you will use in choosing those good people, so that it will not be business as usual. Because the other leaders that you condemn, they did the same. They did the same. They thought that is the right thing to do, but the process was wrong. So they ended up bringing up bad eggs also that is now producing bad omelette for us in the government. So again, I will say you should focus on campaigning or telling the Nigerian people what you want to do for Nigeria, what your, if they should elect you as a presidential candidate, if they should elect you as their president, what you will be doing for them. Don't waste your precious time um, criticizing the government or the past leaders. Focus on what you will do for the nation, how you are going to help the nation if you are voted in. It is, my candid advice to all the younger candidates, yes, including the person we are talking about today, Mrs. Eunice Atuejide. And I'm going to be stopping here because my time is far fetched. Now, I want to remind us tomorrow we'll be continuing with this, talking and analyzing other candidates following Mrs. Eunice Atuejide. Thank you so much for being with me up to this moment. I really appreciate. I love you. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.